What's a moment from your childhood where you realized adults weren't always right? I was 9 years old when my grandmother's antique vase shattered on the kitchen floor. My little brother stood frozen beside the fragments, tears already forming in his eyes. I had watched the whole thing from the doorway. He hadn't even touched it. The breeze from the open window had caught the lace curtain, which brushed against the vase just enough to send it toppling. But when my mother rushed in, her face immediately hardened as she surveyed the scene. "Tyler, what did you do?" she demanded, looking at my 6-year-old brother. "I didn't," he started, his voice small and shaking. "Don't lie to me." Mom cut him off. "You know you're not supposed to play in here." I stepped forward. "Mom, he didn't do it. It was the wind that— Emma, don't cover for him," she said sharply. "He needs to learn to take responsibility." My brother's shoulders slumped as tears spilled down his cheeks. He wasn't crying because he was in trouble. He was crying because he wasn't being believed. "Go to your room, Tyler," Mom ordered. "No TV for a week." After he trudged upstairs, I tried again. "Mom, I saw everything. He really didn't touch it." She sighed, already sweeping up the pieces. "Emma, I know you want to protect him, but I was just in the living room and there wasn't any wind." But there was. I had felt it. I had seen it. That night, I lay awake thinking about what happened. My mother, the person who always told us to tell the truth, hadn't believed the truth when she heard it. The realization settled uncomfortably in my chest. Adults could be wrong, even when they were completely convinced they were right. The next morning at breakfast, Tyler sat quietly pushing cereal around his bowl. Mom had already left for work. Dad glanced at him over his newspaper. "Still upset about the vase?" he asked. Tyler nodded without looking up. "I told Mom he didn't do it," I said. "It was the curtain. The wind blew it." Dad lowered his newspaper. "Are you sure?" "I saw it happen," I insisted. "I was standing right there." He studied my face for a long moment, then nodded slowly. "I believe you, but Mom doesn't," I said. "Your mother." He hesitated. "That vase belonged to her grandmother. Sometimes when people are upset, they look for someone to blame. But that's not fair," I protested. "No," Dad agreed. "It's not." That evening, Dad spoke to Mom in the kitchen. Their voices were low, but I could hear them from the hallway. "Emma says she saw what happened," Dad said. "She's never lied to us before. She's protecting her brother." Mom insisted. "You know how she is." "Maybe. Or maybe she's telling the truth." There was a long silence before Mom said, "I'll talk to them." Later, Mom called us both into the living room. She looked tired, her eyes lingering on Tyler's still downcast face. "Tyler," she said gently, "Emma says you didn't break the vase." He looked up, surprised. "I didn't. The curtain did." Mom glanced at me, then back to Tyler. "I owe you an apology then. I should have listened better." The relief on my brother's face was immediate, but something else shifted in me. I'd witnessed an adult admit they were wrong, something I didn't know was possible. Before bed, Mom came to my room and sat on the edge of my mattress. "Thank you for standing up for the truth," she said quietly, even when I didn't want to hear it. "Will you always believe me now?" I asked. She smiled sadly. "I'll always try to listen better, but I'm not perfect, Emma. None of us are."